Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about a new fancy part I got for my drift car. And you might say, what drift car? Because I have a lot of drift cars, but this is my original professional drift car. The one featured in that shot. And that shot. That is not a shot, but rather a painting. It's not a painting, that's pencil art. Anyways, this is a part I've wanted to buy for a long time. I've needed it for a long time. Now I no longer need it, but I bought it anyways because I don't know why. And it was courtesy of RTS. And I probably should have had this when I was doing Formula Drift, but I didn't have the money back then, but now I do. So this is the official unveiling, unboxing video of my, what's it called? GSR, the GSR DOGBOX by RTS. So Rick ran a special on these. I think it was Black Friday or something. Anyways, it's February now, so it's been a long time coming. But it was built to my spec with new parts and with the proper setback for an S13 and all that stuff. So I think you guys saw, if you guys have been following my channel, I started assembling my 2JZ that I had built for my pro car, and now this is to go along with that. So I'll have a really good drivetrain in that car. So this transmission's been sitting at my shop. It got delivered about 2 weeks ago, and I've been like anxiously wanting to take it up, like open the box and do this, but I've been waiting until I had the right frame of mind to film a video about it. So this is literally the first time I've opened this, and hey, it's not broken in half, so that's a good sign. Oh, the gear ratios are on top. So apparently that's what I selected. 274. Focus, focus, focus. Ah, there it is. There Hold focus. 274, 197, 135.
Yeah, we got it anyways.
Oh, hey, it's got my name on it. Fancy that. Who's Wilbert? That's not my name. Oh, maybe Wilbert assembled it. Oh, it's like packed in there pretty good. What do we got here? We got some of these. Oh. That's fancy. What does this do? Oh. Yes.
Focus.
Ooh. It's even rusty from whatever NASCAR team had it last. Oh, sick. That's fancy. Whoa, it shifts. That's a nice feature. You don't get that with an R154. Get it? Because they just don't shift. Yeah. I don't have the weight. Whoa. I think you just put it in the car like that. You just put it on.
Yeah.
Sick. No, like I really don't know what to do right here. Uh-oh.
I think that's right.
Should I call Rick? Huh. So I believe he uses a new shaft, an upgraded shaft. Supposedly these are a lot stronger. It looks chromoly or something, compared to like the other shafts that normally come with it. Whoa, my other ones they had a lot of wobble. This one has no wobble. Sounds doggy in there. Oh, and it comes with this. It's like a mounting rack thing for it. This is a pretty solid deal, huh? I've never taken one of these apart. The main difference, like all the shafts and stuff are the same as a Tex T101, which is really, they're kind of standard between most of the boxes, just slight differences. But this one has the top shift remote mounted shifter thing with this linkage, as opposed to the side shift that has the two slider shift things on the box, whatever. So the shifter's all in this top plate. A side shift box, you'd basically turn it on its side and then everything would be the same. So I think the internals should be really similar and familiar to what I've dealt with before, but it's all in the shifter assembly. In fact, Rick was like, don't spend the extra money on a top shift, just get a side shift. But I was like, nah, I want the top shift. It was actually quite a bit more money for the top shift, but I mean, it's a top shift, so it's sick. But actually, it looks like someone was telling me I'll probably have to cut my floor out and raise it up, which I already cut the side of my floor out for a side shift, so I think I'm just gonna build a whole new floor pan for my car. Because why not? To never drive it, I'll drive it once a year. So that was my big debate when I first thought about buying this, is like, what do I need this for? Because I don't have any plans to compete in Formula Drift. And so it's not really necessary to have a box like this, but I mean, it's kind of a cool piece. And I was just telling these guys, like, I've never spent this much money on one single piece for my car, ever. Because you can't really count an engine. I could say I spent more on an engine, but an engine is a lot of pieces. This is the most expensive piece I've ever bought at one time for my car, and it's completely unnecessary at this point. But I figured the money I spent on this I got from selling 2 other dog boxes, so I figured it was probably, if I didn't invest now, I would never have a dog box again, and that was depressing to me. So in order to fight off depression, I just spent a bunch of money. Does that work for you, Kyle?
Best way to do it.
So you're saying money can buy you happiness?
No, money fights off depression. The lack of depression does not equal happiness. It is just the lack of depression.
If women can do it with clothes, men can do it with car parts.
Yeah, clearly I don't spend money on clothes. I mean, my child spit up on me this morning and I'm still wearing it in the video. I don't care. But I do care about this.
Is there a technical difference between top shift and side shift?
No, that's what Rick was telling me, is that basically, like, strength-wise, this is like 800 to 1,000 horsepower, or torque. And there's literally no difference. The dog rings, the sliders, everything inside there is identical when you order the parts. The only difference is the top plate and this whole shifter assembly. And I was like, well, does it shift better or anything? He's like, no, it doesn't make a difference. The other one has external rods that go down the side, and you know, they move independently and stuff. And I mean, my other one shifted fine, it was good and everything, but this is just, I mean, this is the one everyone buys, you know? I gotta keep up with the Joneses. It's a status symbol to have this top shift.
Makes perfect sense.
But I mean, also, like the other one, the shifter's offset to the side, so your shifter's here instead of here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not worth over $1,000 difference to have that, but it is. The case is a little bit different, but really there's no strength difference. It holds the same amount of power. All the gears are the same. There's just something about this assembly.
Mounting location.
Super cool, yeah. And it makes it so you don't have to cut your trans tunnel, which I already did. Whoa, look at that. It was built last year. 12/31 of 19. Sick.
Vintage.
New Year's Eve. Eh? I should keep this. So I ordered these specific gear ratios. That was one of the reasons I went with Rick, is because he offered to build it with whatever ratios I wanted. And I have DOGBOX experience because I had a 4-speed in that car before. In that car I use a 350Z rear end, which comes with a 3.3, 3.5, or 3.7 for gear ratio options. That's pretty close together, so I can stick with the ratios that work best for that. The 274 first gear leaves it pretty much between like a normal first and second. And if you have a car with a lot of torque, which 2JZ with a big turbo, kind of a lot of torque if you work the clutch a little bit. It works out pretty well. 197 is pretty standard for second gear. 135, 133 is pretty standard for a third gear, regardless of what ratios you have. And then of course fourth gear is 1-to-1. So it leaves that first gear pretty short. Some guys will go with a longer first gear, like a 2.2 or even like a 2.0, or even I've seen people do like a 197 and then like a 1.6 and a 135. That would probably work for a V8 or something with some sort of torque band. But with a 2JZ, you kind of want a short first gear. So I know from experience that this will work out perfectly for what I've already got in the car. As far as the clutch goes, I'm going to go with a new Quartermaster. Probably a triple plate, maybe a twin disc. I'm not sure exactly what my horsepower goals are. Probably a triple plate, because they're not that much more expensive. And I've already got the bell housing, the slave cylinder, everything set up. So I should just be able to bolt the stuff together. I've already got the trans mount, cross member, and everything else. So at this point, The project should be rolling along pretty good. I don't think it's going to cost me very much more money. It's just going to be a time investment to get everything bolted up, put back together on that car. And then, but I guess this is kind of me starting out the series of videos, so I can just kind of show how the process goes. Like I said, I don't have this laid out or set in stone or any plan of how I'm going to go about each individual step. So I'll just film it as it goes, and we'll see how it plays out. So follow along. Hey, thanks for watching my video, guys. I guess like and subscribe, whatever. I'll do some more videos in the future. So bye.